Xebec versus Roger and Garp is hands down the battle of the strongest of all time, like in all of One Piece. I think the only thing that can surpass this is the Void Century flashback, or in the future of Luffy versus Emu. And so the battle has finally begun. Garp asks Roger if he hears Rox's voice too. The voice is pleading them both to kill him. This is definitely the voice of all things, as I mentioned last chapter review. We know that lineage factors matter a lot in One Piece, similar to how Oden and Momonosuke, who have strong ties to the era before the Void Century, could hear the voice of all things. That's how they heard the whales, and especially Zunisha, whose speech has the same kind of bubble. With how shocked Roger and Garp both are at this phenomenon, this is likely the very first time both of them experienced the voice of all things. Although taken over by the devil's magic, Xebec's will is so strong that he can muster up enough strength to speak to the two strongest in God Valley, the two who have the power to stop his rampage. However, Roger and Garp are still unsure what has happened. None of it makes sense. How can a warrior who was able to defeat an admiral single-handedly 18 years ago with no sweat at all lost to Emu in a matter of seconds? On top of that, he killed his own family. Bro, like, he doesn't even recognize his strongest rival. But there is barely any time to think as Xebec, with tears in his eyes, strikes Roger, who blocks his attack with his own blade, Ace, coated in Conqueror's Haki, while Garp takes this chance to give Xebec a punch that distorts his entire face. Yet, even with the future Pirate King and the hero of the Marines combo attack, it doesn't even push Demon Xebec back for that long, as Xebec repels both Roger and Garp using his own Haki. This repel is so busted that Roger and Garp smash onto the side of the remaining mountain. The clash of their Conqueror's Haki splits the sky in two as well, confirming that all of them are in fact using Conquerors. The rest of the pirates see this as a signal to get the hell out of God Valley. After taking the massive hit from Xebec, both Garp and Roger realize that there is no trying to dispel the possession. They must put their lives on the line to kill a rock. So Garp calls up his men to tell them that, bro, get the hell out of the island, like evacuate immediately, like this shit is about to blow up. Their next clash is gonna be so heated that the island is done for. Like, they need to get the hell out of here. Roger does the same, calling his crew. The instant Rayleigh gets to the ship with Shaki, they must set sail immediately. However, Roger and Garp, they aren't planning on dying at God Valley. Both promise their crew and unit that they will make it back for them for sure, so they should wait for them at sea. Garp and Roger both turn on their serious mode as they take off their jackets, which reminded me of the moment where Garp and Sengoku took off their jackets to fight against Shiki, like over a decade later, because bro escaped from prison because he was like, oh nah, no way Roger just like let himself die, like he was my rival, bro. How can Roger just die like that? He beat me in Ed War. Garp laughs that he came here to capture Roger and Xebec, but look how things have changed. Similarly, Roger never planned on fighting the Rock's crew or even Garp. He just wanted to save Shaki, grab some treasure, and dip. Instead, both are forced to stray away from their paths. So why don't they call a temporary truce? Garp isn't excited about it, but for the sake of his men, he can't just let a Demon Xebec roam free. Honestly, not just his men, but the citizens who are still evacuating. And imagine this demon like gets out of God Valley. Like, it is GG. Like, bro got wings. Like, he can fly away, causing both men to jump into the action again. I found it pretty interesting here that even before this temporary truce, the attack both landed on Xebec in the beginning of the chapter was a team effort. Roger blocked Xebec's sword, allowing for Garp to land his punch. These two are on the same Haki wavelength since the beginning of this fight. Even now, they wonder if there is a way for them to wake up Rocks. This dude is so busted that he smacks up Roger and Garp over and over again with little to no damage being taken, by the way. Then we get some insane Haki lore drop. Roger says that defeating Demon Rocks is all about mass. Armament Haki can normally counter Devil Fruits, especially Conqueror's Coating, which which is a level even above basic armament. So why isn't Roger's attacks doing anything to Xebec? Turns out that he is countering it with his own Conqueror's Haki, using it to cancel out their attacks. Until they overcome this Haki shield, Xebec won't sustain a single bit of damage. If they keep wasting their stamina throwing out weak ass attacks, they will eventually lose. They cannot match Xebec, who is juiced up by Imu's power in a battle of attrition. Their only choice is to finish him off in one big combined attack, where they use up both of their entire Conqueror's Haki reserves to destroy the Haki shield of this monster. All they have to do is punch the Devil Fruit power that caused Domi Reversi out of Demon Xebec. This is the same concept that allowed for Imu's powers to be dispelled from Egghead after Joy Boy's 800-year-old musty Haki was used up. In a clash of conquerors, whoever has more willpower wins out that duel. To counter them, Demon Xebec would need to exert equal or more Haki at the same time as Roger and Garp's attack, which is pretty unlikely, and even if he does, then both parties would be rendered useless, basically no Haki left. They would end up similar to Luffy and Dressrosa after Gear 4 runs out. There is a huge chance that they won't survive after this, but the two don't care. We see Xebec still crying. It's probably like watching your body be driven while you are stuck in the backseat. Roger and Garp both can feel their rival's frustration. Roger can't even bear to watch Xebec suffer like this. Bro has his hands on the face. Instead of laughing like Gear 5 Luffy, Roger is crying as he channels up his strongest attack, Kagutsuchi's Ace, or the Fire God's Ace, which is so cool because Ace later on gets the fire fruit, you know, like his son named after the sword. This is peak One Piece right here. While Garp uses Infinitum Explosion, basically inputting almost limitless Haki that he has onto his attack. Similar to how Roger's attack foreshadows his son Ace, Garp's attack foreshadows Luffy's own power in the future, as Luffy can stretch his own Haki reserves in Gear 5. This attack seals the deal against Demon Xebec, as Imu's Domi Reversi leaves the goat's body. The narrator confirms that this era of rocks is over, only leaving echoes behind, referring to the Yonkos that emerged from Rox's crew. These tremors would continue to shake the world. But this dude Dragon, yeah, he literally says to his superior officer at the Marines that he will straight up shoot this man if he doesn't let the people from God Valley, the civilians who matter the most in this conflict, onto the ship. He's him. Can we get some claps? Claps in the comment for Deadbeat Dragon. It's not over there though, okay? Like, he says that if anyone has a problem with this, he will execute them on the spot. I'm speechless at this, okay? This is peak fiction right here.